As Vikings go, I'm pretty lucky. I've still got one leg and both arms. And I get to be with dragons every day. The more I'm with them, the more I realize what amazing creatures they are, and how much training them has changed my life. Training dragons has its own set of challenges. There's the fire, the flying spikes, the hot lava, and an occasional sonic blast. And that's just the beginning. Let me show you what I'm talking about. My fellow Vikings and I have always enjoyed exploring the small islands that surround Berk. It's a great way to get away from the hustle and bustle of life in the village. Fish legs and meatlug especially like their alone time. But sometimes these islands also become the discovery grounds for new and extremely territorial dragons, like the Changeling. A member of the mystery class of dragons, Changewings are true masters of disguise. A Changewing is able to change the color of its skin to blend into nearly any environment, including trees, rocks, and plants, making it nearly invisible. It's tough to fight what you can't see. We learned this the hard way when Gobber mistook their eggs for stones of good fortune, thought to bring a lifetime of good luck to those who possess them. Of course, that didn't work out so well. Let me tell you something. Coming across an angry mother Changewing is anything but lucky. Changewings typically live in packs and work together to hunt. They're extremely determined and will stop at nothing to protect their young. So as a general rule, it's best to stay out of their way and not take their eggs. If you get too close, be ready for them to spit green burning acid that also melts rocks. Luckily, our encounter with the Changewing worked out in the end, but I'll be sure to keep my eye out for this master of concealment in the future. Because of the stories I heard, I never thought I'd spend any time on Breakneck Bog, a mysterious, haunted island. But that's exactly where we discovered this next dragon, the Smothering Smoke Breath. These mystery class dragons are all about secrecy, preferring to spend most of their time in a veil of thick gray smoke that secretes from their skin. In fact, so little was previously known about these dragons that for years they were actually mistaken for a larger, more menacing fog monster. Like the Terrible Terror, these little dragons prefer to travel in packs. Fighting off one might not be much of a challenge, but a pack of smoke breaths is a whole other story. Smoke breaths are very territorial and spend most of their time collecting metal objects for their homes. This metal loot is then melded together and used to reinforce their nests against attacks by larger dragons.
Got something for you!
Because of this, smoke breaths are easily distracted by shiny metal objects, which is exactly how we were able to combat the smothering smoke breaths at Breakneck Bog. I'd sure love another crack at training the smothering smoke breaths, but yeah, I don't have any plans to go back to Breakneck Bog anytime soon. If you're really looking for a challenge, try training a dragon you can't see. Take the Whispering Death, for example. This boulder-class dragon should be approached with extreme caution. We didn't go looking for the Whispering Death. It came looking for us. Or, more specifically, it came looking for Toothless. Like I said, difficult to see. When you do see it, you sort of wish you hadn't. What were you expecting? It does have the word death in its name. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This dragon has 6 rows of razor-sharp rotating teeth that can chew through solid rock and anything else in its path. The Whispering Death is also able to shoot razor-sharp spines from anywhere on its body. Now, let's just say you've managed to survive all this. As a last line of offense, the Whispering Death can also shoot powerful rings of fire at its enemies. It's not all bad news, though. You will get a warning before it completely rocks your world. You just have to be listening very closely for the whisper. Though the Whispering Death is immune to the typical dragon training methods like Dragon Nip, we have discovered at least one of its weaknesses: sunlight. This is why it tends to dwell and hunt in expansive underground tunnels. As I mentioned earlier, the Whispering Death came looking for Toothless. The fact of the matter is they have a history, and it's not a good one. As if it wasn't bad enough, Alvin the Treacherous has one in his possession. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of this fearsome dragon soon. That dragon is still unknown and needs to be tracked down. Join us on our next set of adventures to learn more. The adventures that Toothless and I take with our friends are all unique. We never know what we'll discover along the way. Sometimes it's a new dragon that needs to be trained. Other times, we're just running for our lives. Either way, there's never a dull moment on board.